Okay, well, as a semi-continuation from yesterday, I can't believe I'm doing this technically. This is the third time I have now started a new game in Dead Space, but for a pretty good reason. Last night, after a little bit of tinkering and a lot of reading, it occurred to me that I may have been playing the game wrong due to the fact that I was playing it on medium difficulty, and in doing so was apparently severely limiting my experience with the game. I figured, what the hell? Nothing would hurt to check it, or at least to be sure of what was going on here. And so today I decided to start, for the third time again, a new game in Dead Space, but this time on the hard difficulty. I'm not sure what on earth I was thinking before, and I'm not really sure why I didn't just do this in the first place, but it makes a considerably good difference. This game is almost a night and day change in terms of how I'm approaching it, how I'm playing it, how tense it actually is, how semi-effective now it is at really creating a dark, horrifying, and less than stellar atmosphere. So, without further ado, I suppose I should continue on my quest here. As a little bit of a recap, last night I assume, no, yesterday afternoon, I made it all the way to the end of Chapter 2, I believe, the end of this chapter. Now, mind you, this is probably going to be a short stream for this point. I do have a class in about an hour and a half that I have to leave for, so frankly, I would just like to finish up with this chapter, and then move on to the next one, stop there, continue this evening. But needless to say, I'm already 100% convinced that this is a much better game if you actually play it on hard. And I don't say that very often. At least I'm not used to saying that. Anyway, normally I would think difficulty sliders don't make that huge of a difference. Usually they just make the enemies stronger, tougher, etc. This actually just damn near changed the entire way I have to play the game. Ammo is a little more sparse. Enemy encounters are more frequent. The enemies themselves are far more aggressive, far more effective at trying to kill me. I've in fact died, which is a first in any of my run-throughs so far. I've yet to actually get to a point where I was put into danger of that nature, and sure enough, without thinking, I ended up getting myself killed. So it's different, and it's fun, and I like that, and it's tense, and it's interesting. It's everything I kind of was hoping the game would be anyways, and of course it would happen to be the fact that, oh, well, you should have just been playing on hard to begin with. So I suppose you could consider this a sort of soft reset on my current run. I'm going to be continuing with this file, as it were, no longer bothering with the medium difficulty stuff, and yeah, so let's continue. We're going into the baby room, as it were. The feeling this guy's a hell of a lot more aggressive. Wow. Holy shit. Holy shit. Wow. That's new. That's really new. That seems to be a major change on hard difficulty that I've noticed, is that the enemies themselves, while also more aggressive, like I said, faster, more effective at in terms of gauging how they're supposed to approach you, the player, they are now less than worried, it would seem, about initiating grabs, initiating attacks that will require me to actually immediately start smashing A on my controller. Yeah, this is very different. I'm very happy about that, and I can already hear noises. Alright. I don't like the sound or feel of this. Oh my god. Okay, that one's dead, I think. Yeah. Oh, these ones are ammo hogs. Holy shit. Oh boy. Okay. That's another thing too to keep in mind now. This actually makes probably the most considerable difference for me anyways. As you can see, actually let me go back to my inventory screen. I'm still fairly well stocked on ammo, sort of. The differing factor, if anything, is that, well, be fair, the enemies are now not really bullet spongy per se, but they require a little bit more finesse in terms of where you aim, how you aim, and definitely knock off limbs, because if you don't, you're wasting ammo, as you probably saw me do with those two baby monster humanoid things. Another big difference, medkits. There's two major differences that I've noted so far in the maybe 40 minutes I've been playing. One, medkits, they heal you for less, and two, they are not quite as frequent as they were before. Not too much difference in terms of the stasis pack. Those were kind of, you know, sort of specialized drops, specialized, you know, finds, so there's not really a minimizing or, you know, adding to. It's just sort of about the same. Okay, I was about to say I had to check that too. I was wondering if the Kinect thing, well, I keep saying Kinect, and I keep thinking Xbox, Xbox Record, but the gravity gun, we'll just call it the gravity gun in my hand. I was kind of wondering whether or not it would actually use stasis charge on that. Thank God it doesn't, because I have a feeling that'll probably end up saving my butt more often than I'd like to admit.
Alright. That thermite you picked up should be able to melt through the barricade. Use the shock pad to ignite it. Hope I can hold this position.
And now I'm very worried because I know how Chapter 3 goes, and oh god, I get the impression that's just going to be something completely different than what I had experienced before. Shit. That's really good though, because I know yesterday I was really rallying about shit. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh wow. Good. I'm glad it did what it just did. Okay. Now to finish my last thought there, just real quick. Yesterday, I was really rallying against a lot of criticisms I have about this game in terms of resource management, in terms of just general feel. That is to say, like, you know, it's not that hard. The enemy encounters aren't really that tense. I can effectively recant everything that I said yesterday in regards to that. This is considerably different, considerably better on the hard difficulty. So yeah, if anybody's actually wondering, should I play Dead Space, etc., if you do choose to, don't bother with medium, don't bother with easy, just go straight for the hard difficulty. Now, over here, there were two things I wanted to note about this little enemy encounter I had in the hallway. Number one, this enemy right here. This is actually new. I never once saw anything like this in the 5 chapters I got through on the medium difficulty. This actually showed up initially at the beginning of this chapter and really threw me for a loop because I did not know what was hitting me from a distance. This is basically a standard necromorph clearly female in anatomy. But the main difference between it and normal necromorphs is that it doesn't so much chase you or run at you as much as it will actually stand watch in a corner, usually away from the main action, and it actually spits at you with a heavily damaging projectile attack. It's not very pleasant. Also, too, this one actually showed off a new trick that the necromorphs have learned. They've moved away, or at least moved past just the basic, oh hey, let's act like a corpse and totally, you know, trick Isaac Clarke. No, they've learned an even more seditious trick, I would say. You shoot them, put them down, they act like they die, and then as soon as you walk towards them, they immediately rear up and hit you. As a matter of fact, I wasn't entirely sure whether or not the creature in question had even died. I simply shot it again to be sure, as I was not sure. So not only is it adding tension to what is otherwise a normal enemy encounter, I mean, now I have to second guess everything I do when it comes to killing them, but on top of that, it immediately becomes a sort of semi-extra ammo hog, which is not good. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. Trying to think. Yes, here is a store. I need a store now. As you can see, I'm using basically the same strategy involving or revolving around the suit. I am, as soon as upgrades are available for it, upgrading it. There is a slight difference, however, in my other upgrade paths. I actually spent about 3 minutes thinking about this in the first chapter when I got to the first bench and had 2 power nodes available to me. I didn't know whether I should go for upgrading the suit as far as the health or upgrading the plasma cutter, specifically in regards to its capacity, which, like Resident Evil 4, actually, when you upgrade the capacity in this game, it immediately refills your ammo, or at least your existing clip in the gun. So I can already see that being strategically good to do. But on top of that as well, I want to actually basically try to max out the plasma cutter, because these enemies are taking far too many hits for my taste to be effective with ammo management. They are not dying as quickly. They are not stopping as much. The stasis charge, frankly, it works. It does what it's supposed to, but even still, when you're peppering 4 or 5 rounds on average into these guys, you're just blowing a bunch of ammo. Case in point, last chapter there was in fact one room, I believe it was the room where the first bench is, that big atrium with the broken trams. I actually ended up having to run out of that room, run away from about 3 necromorphs, then proceeded to do it again in the hangar bay, running from the getting out of the exploding ship we came on and just getting the hell out of there. It's starting to look like running isn't necessarily a bad idea. Oh, always hate that noise, actually. That's such... Ugh. Very ugly sound. Very ugly sound. So, here we go. Oh my god. They're louder too, I think. I'm not entirely positive about that. I haven't really... I don't know if that's a fact or if that's just my nerves kind of freaking out on me just a little bit with regard to this, but yeah, it does seem like the enemies are louder, like considerably louder, for whatever reason. You know, I never actually noticed there was a body in there. That's weird. That's really weird. Why is there a body in there? Really doing like an EKG or something. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I know what that is though. Talk about these guys in a moment, because they are actually considerably more dangerous. Oh my. Shit. Not quite what I wanted to do, but... Okay, to quickly talk about these guys, the behemoths, or the... I bet their name is Behemoth. I'd have to look that up, but... these guys are a little bit more different. They are faster, by far. They jump more often. And their aim has been incredibly increased. They are far more accurate with everything that they do, basically. Oh shit! Okay, all right, okay. Wow, 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 wow. Was not. Holy shit. Okay. All right. As you can see, the jump scares, yeah, they're. I'll go ahead and recant that too. I really did not realize I was putting my foot so badly in my mouth last night or yesterday afternoon. As far as the jump scares so far in the game, the major one I've noticed that has gotten a considerable jump, no pun intended, in terms of quality, is the use of the vents as a jump scare. The enemies now are far more prone to utilizing the ventilation shafts, and in doing so, I am noticing anyway, that I'm having to really... I did a terrible job of it here, but I'm really starting to have to try and take into account where ventilation shafts are, especially in regards to where Isaac Clarke can actually move. Because what's going to end up happening is I'm going to end up getting ambushed over and over again, because these things are hell of a lot smarter than they were on the medium difficulty. This is almost like odd to me, just to see how different the game really is, how different I feel playing it, when everything, including the threats of enemy encounters, fucking A, I got 2 of them on me, probably a 3rd one behind me. Oh shit. Okay. But, yeah, with enemy encounters being more threatening, and they do like to go behind me now, too. That is a new trick. As you can see, they take quite a few more shots to take out. Limbs don't necessarily just come flying off now. They're considerably more sturdy in that regard. And yeah, I'm liking this game a hell of a lot better now. I'm really, really digging it a lot more, thanks to that. And I'm using the save states. But you know, I guess we could go as far as just to say at this point, everything I said yesterday as far as criticism went, while it still stands for playing the game on either easy or medium difficulty, does not stand with it currently. At hard difficulty, amazing, much, much better. I'm far more impressed, far more, I don't know, just, I'm really digging this now. So, didn't realize you could stomp that actually. I don't know if I did that yesterday or not. I know you can do that whole thing, but, okay, so it wants me to go that way. And I can only go that way. Alright. Now we got a little bit of quiet time. Really though, I do not recant the statement I made yesterday about these sort of vacuum, you know, space sections. I just like the way they sound.
Is able to set his gravity locally. Your grav boost will kick in when you enter a zero-G area.
Actually, as a sort of funny aside about this first zero gravity room, when I initially started playing this game last weekend, to sort of gauge whether or not I wanted to play it or really do anything with it, stream it or just, play it for fun or, whatever. I got to this room and I think I made mention, and I do not change my statement on this matter. I really, really, really hate those little contextual menus that pop up. I think they're irritating. They stop me from, they just pause gameplay. They just sort of get in the way. You can't see past them. It's irritating. I don't like them. So when I got into this room and that initial little menu popped up to tell me how to do zero gravity movement in this room, I basically skipped it. I didn't look at it and I just mashed A and moved on. I then spent about 15 minutes trying my damnedest to figure out just how to actually properly move around in zero-G rooms in this game. I ended up, however embarrassingly, Googling. I think I Googled, what did I type in? I think I said Dead Space zero-G movement, and I think I pulled up a GameFAQs forum post of somebody who obviously was asking the, who had asked at one point or another the same question I was considering at that moment, and I felt like such a complete just dweeb at that stage. I could not believe how dumb I was about that. Admittedly, in my defense, I just simply did not catch much, if anything, of that little tooltip, and my assumption was that it was similar to an actual jump. I didn't really realize at the time that, of course, you have to aim your weapon, hit at least on the on a joypad like an Xbox 360 or One controller, hold the gun up, hit Y, and there you go. I think I hit basically every button but Y, and did everything that I could think to do. That's new. Get in there. So yeah, kind of an embarrassing moment for me. I was less than thrilled at my performance there, and hopefully that does not happen again. Then again, it probably will at some point.
Great. You got a shock pad. Combine that with the thermite at the barricade to destroy it. Shit. I can hear more coming. Moving through the vents. Stay safe, Isaac.
Jeez. Well, that one seemed like he was having a little bit of a minor glitch out there, but then again, I'm not necessarily surprised by that. I guess in the zero-G room, I assume, because the game itself has it's a pretty standard physics engine. It may be doing some really cool stuff. Technically, I'm not qualified to go into the more technical aspects of how a proper gravity engine in a video game is supposed to work. But I will say this. I can forgive that. That happens. Games are games, and sometimes the AI is going to act funky. And sometimes it may act funky on a random surface or two. Now, going to be going back into the vacuum. I'm going to do... I think I attempted to do it in one of my attempted streams yesterday, and I'm going to go ahead and try to do it here, because I think between the audio and me shutting up for a moment. It might, if you've never played Dead Space or if you've never like seen the game in action, when I walk out here and I go into the vacuum, I'm just gonna shut up and I'm just gonna let the game's audio sort of take over on that. Really, really, really impressive stuff. I think the sound design alone in this game is worth checking out, or is it at least makes the game worth checking out. I mean, between the ambient sort of music that melds with the mechanical noises you hear in the background, and it's just really neat. So let's go for it. Yeah, open. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I really don't remember if that second one was in there yesterday. I kind of was not expecting that. I kind of, you know, did the whole, like, move back a little in my chair. But again, that's kind of the main major difference. The enemy encounters themselves are just better. They feel more, I don't know, they feel a little more organic. They feel more like things are actually happening, and that you really are in a very, very dangerous spot. Also, I just wasted a... Oh, man. Just wasted that. But I suppose these things happen. I had a feeling. He's dead. That was kind of a crazy way to die. Oof. Look at that spatter pattern. Ugh. It's like pus and blood. Ugh. How much ammo do I have? What am I looking at right now? Not very good. Nowhere near as much as I have been used to. That's for damn sure. Let's make sure that damn thing's dead. I don't want it popping up on me. Because actually these behemoth guys, the guys with the tails, they actually do a considerable amount of damage with that tail. Very, very effective. Very effective attack on their end. I cannot believe I am doing this, but I'm going to go directly for capacity again. And as you can see, I'm a little more. I'm trying to be a lot more conscious about. Trying to be a lot more conscious about how I approach ammunition, and I don't remember that door being locked before, and maybe I just missed it before yesterday, but I do not remember that being locked. Shit. Okay. So yeah, that's another trick I learned through a little bit of reading. Yesterday, I blew through a lot of ammo just shooting at those little guys. But the trick is really, as long as there's no other enemies coming that could, you know, very well just destroy you while you're being attacked by them, the little guys basically you just let them crawl on you, and you just keep mashing A. You won't lose any health, you won't waste any ammo, and you will effectively kill all of them pretty quickly. Even quicker than you would be you would if you were, say, trying to shoot them. So, good little tip, I guess, for anybody who's thinking about, giving this game a shot. Just remember, those little guys, not sure how often you see them in game, but yeah, there are better ways to actually take care of them than by just, trying to shoot them. Man, I am not in a good spot right now. I do need one of those, actually, and so that's that. Okay. Now you might be wondering, Jared, why the hell are you doing that? Well, now I have a choice, and I don't really know which one to go with. Now I can either do... Is this where I came through? No. Now I can either go the route of, upgrading my gun one more time and actually raising the damage, which is what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Or alternatively, I can unlock that door and maybe get something worthwhile. Now my only thing about it though is that I've already got... I've got decent ammo. It's not a great number, but it's better than nothing, and frankly, I think the more effective approach would be to actually go for the weaponry, because, and I'm not, I think that's just a silly little, yeah, I'm just, yeah, I know what I'm going to do then, because it just doesn't make any sense to bother. I'd rather have the gun with the extra ammo and the extra damage than anything else at this point. Yeah, that's a lot better. Now, actually, it does beg the question about this, raised difficulty idea. Can't help but wonder, like, will other weapons now have a bit more use, and will I be more compelled to use them? Maybe. I still contest that. I still am pretty sure that the plasma cutter is probably just the way to stick with. As far as just from an efficiency standing, I think at this point it's still more effective than anything else I've got available to me currently. So on that note, I'll probably just stick with it for now, and maybe, I don't know, maybe...
Okay, you're through. Should be clear from there to the morgue.
Maybe once I'm comfortable with where I'm at,
medical officer Nicole Bergman transmitting ship-wide. We need more help.
Once I'm more comfortable with where I'm at, as far as
nobody would tell us what's happening. These wounds, we are not equipped to deal with this.
I'll let her finish.
Get him to the table. Hold him. Nurse, you hold him down. Every quarter.
Okay, so...
That was Nicole, right? I can't tell from here when that log was made.
Okay, I really don't need to listen to you again. But... Now I don't remember what I was going to... But, my main concern really at this point, as far as the different weaponry, is not even so much usefulness now, it's more in terms of resource management. Will I have enough credits to even purchase a new weapon, and do I actually want to have to deal with more than one weapon in terms of ammunition management? I don't know at this point. I'm kind of nonplussed at the idea. I'm not necessarily hating the concept, but I'm definitely not like excited about the idea of, oh hey, let's yeah, let's have 3 weapons to deal with. It's kind of okay. So if I remember correctly, this room very loud and very shit. Okay. Now that's the other thing I'm a little worried about with these guys. Now technically they are projectile based. I have yet to see them attempt to do anything particularly dangerous involving the projectiles yet, but then again, I just don't know. I really don't. And notice that stasis charge is really coming in handy all of a sudden. No real surprise there. At this point, I kind of had a feeling as soon as I started the playthrough, as soon as I started encountering enemies and realized, oh crap, they're really fast, and they do a lot of damage, and they can really kill you. I mean, like, give you a basic idea. Ostensibly, the way I'm running off as far as health goes is, currently I have four cylinders of health on Isaac's spinal meter. If I lose 3 of those and then take a hit from any of the necromorphs that looks even remotely strong, 9 times out of 10, Isaac Clarke's dead. Usually in a pretty gory, less than friendly, being cut in half sort of way. So, yeah, it's important that I kind of keep that in mind as well. Be sure that I, am fairly well stocked. Well, not well stocked per se, but like, mindful of the fact that it would be wise to, hold on to med kits, I suppose. The second time that's happened. Goodness gracious, I'm not very good with this whole gravity gun thing, huh? Okay, let me just do a once-over real quick one more time. Just to be 100% sure that I did not miss anything. Love how Isaac Clarke's just very clumsy, just, like, knocks things over. Like, hey, y'all. Uh-huh. Okay. Alright, I think we're good there. Alright, so this room, I guarantee you there'll probably be more enemies in here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, hell no. Come on, little guy, just... Shit. Okay. Alright, that could probably have gone better. Could have probably gone better. Learned something, anyway. Apparently, if you use the stasis charge and 2 enemies are fairly close together, it'll actually, since it's basically a cloud anyways, it'll hit both of them. So that's good to know. That can make for a little bit of more efficient setups for me later. However, and this is something...
Can anybody hear me? My name is Eileen Fish.
I don't need to hear that again. I heard that yesterday, and I don't need to hear a bunch of screaming. I'm already hearing enough of it as is. But, like, yesterday I was thinking about it, never mentioned it. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, right there. Perfect example of what I'm getting at. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me. Holy shit. Not good. Shit. Shit. Okay, wow, okay, okay, well that's better than nothing anyway. Okay, so, alright, so what I was about to say, in regards to this, now, I'm thinking that could end up being somewhat irritating. Not so much the fact that you let a monster get behind you, that doesn't bother me. I mean, if, you're fighting or engaging with enemies and you notice some of them are going into vents and you're aware that there's a vent behind you or above you, yeah, okay, one thing to note. But opening an enemy encounter with a, oh my god, look, right behind you, a monster, even though you really can't see it. Now that's kind of cheap. That's not cheap in like the, oh, that's cheating, the game's cheating me. It's just more like kind of a cheap way of, oh, let's put him at a disadvantage real quick. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if that's if that's going to be a regular occurrence or not. That may end up being a very, I don't know. We'll see. Sure made it a tense scenario, though, so I'm assuming in many ways that if the developers intended it to do that, then they really did succeed at the very least, because that really made me very nervous. I was pretty sure I was dead. Matter of fact, when that third one came down, I was positive that had killed me, and I even, to some degree, stopped moving. Thinking, oh, well, game over. Guess I gotta, no. Thank goodness I realized the error of my assumption there. Let's see. Alright, so open this door.
Science Log Chief Science Officer Dr. Kine reporting. The colony's problems concern me greatly. I have no doubt they are somehow linked to the discovery of the marker, but the exact nature of that connection is still unknown. Almost 40% of the colonists are experiencing a form of dementia. The obvious symptoms are acute depression, insomnia, and hallucination. Incidents of violence and even murder also indicate extreme paranoia. Dr. Mercer has advised that I bring some of the affected on board for study. Dr. Wellen, the planet-side psychiatrist, has reported that his own analysis has been fruitless. I'm hesitant to rely on Dr. Mercer at this point, but I need his expertise. We need solutions, and we need them quickly.
Okay, so I'm not entirely confident as how this next room is going to play out, actually, because this is the room, I believe, where you encounter the weird flying pterodactyl-esque thing that regenerates corpses. So I'm not feeling very confident about this at all. And I have how many medkits? Let me guess. Yeah, none. So I best use a bunch of stasis charges, and I best pray. I'm not really the praying sort, so. Okay, let's just do some item. Shit. There's not much in here at all. Not exactly shocking. There is that. Not helping at all. Okay. That really needs to get out of my way. And got that. Got this. I think I just need to run towards the exit. I'm very uncomfortable. Like, just kind of hanging around that. Good. I don't care how cheesy it is, I'm doing it this way. Oh my god, that thing is... No! Okay. Hell no. We are not... No. Don't care how much ammo I end up wasting, we are not reanimating any more damn corpses. Okay.
I'm accessing the captain's records right now. Head to the tram station, and I'll contact you there. I'm going to find out what the hell happened to this ship.
Admittedly, that went cleaner than I thought it would. Always a good thing. And I actually ended up not quite positive on ammo, but I didn't lose quite as much as I thought I would. Credits? Yes. Okay, very good. Alright. Alright, well, that pretty clean run. I expected to die at least once. Haven't yet, so that's good. Probably knocking on wood in a considerable fashion, but hell, you never know. Definitely really wishing that this game had really ripped the RE4, quick, well, just RE in general, the quick turnaround. Resident Evil turnaround would be really nice. Just, flip around, bang. Not, oh, I'm a spaceman in a very heavy suit. But at the same time, it does fit the aesthetic of the game, so you can't really count off for that. It just sort of matches what's being created here, so that's interesting. It just, I don't know. I feel extremely limited from a mobile perspective. That's odd to say, because really, Isaac Clarke actually, as far as, far as characters in games like this, you know, he is fairly mobile. I don't care. I don't need. I can buy ammo if I need it. And audio logs, really, I don't care at this point. If it's like an extra little bit of story, I still contest that the story so far is really nothing to write home about. I'm still pretty sure that it's fairly basic, fairly uninteresting. You've got, you know, the uninteresting characters that I just don't like already. I do like Isaac, sort of. I just wish, I don't know. My only issue with silent protagonists is that they end up coming off regardless of how you choose to portray them. How the hell? How the hell did I do that? Huh. I apologize for that. That was very strange. I don't know how I ended up... Huh. So that... Uh-huh. I gotta go here then, right? Yeah. Wow. First time I actually genuinely almost needed to use that... Okay, this thing is just not tearing to pieces. And that is upsetting to me. Okay. Wow, okay. Number one, I hate that they are always interrupting me, but number two, I really, wow, did not handle that very well.
Isaac. Somehow one of them found a way down to the captain's nest. I managed to contain it in a damaged escape pod. Lifting executive lockdown now. I found the deck logs. Whatever is happening around here, it came from the planet when they cracked it open. It spread to the colony and reached the ship. Isaac, this isn't an infection. It's some form of alien life. Shit, we've got bigger problems. The ship's engines are offline and our orbit is decaying. Get over to the engineering deck ASAP while I stay here and figure out what the problem is.
Really though, again, and I know I mentioned it yesterday, but I just really do not like the way he sounds. I don't know what it is. Like, he just... Something about his, like, tone or something. He's just very off-putting. Probably a bad guy in some form or fashion. It ends up being a bad guy. I don't know. I'm kind of hedging my bets there a little bit, admittedly, but, I mean, fuck it, you know? I'm pretty sure he's a bad guy. Alright. Okay, that should be... I think that would be okay, inventory-wise. I got 3 med... Okay, 2 small med kits, a medium. I've got a medium air can. We're going to hold on to that just in case. Because I've already noticed that the air... I think the air... I don't know. To me, it looked like the air was going down faster. It could just, again, be another one of those sort of placebo effect things, but... I don't know. It just seemed like it was, so I'll hold on to it. I could sell those, though. I don't need those, because I'm not going to partake, at least at this stage. I'm not going to partake anything in terms of the line gun. Yes, I'm sure I want to sell that. Okay, I think we're good there for now. So yeah, so now I guess I'm going... Yep, going to engineering, as it were. Going to the engineering... Or going back to the tram to visit engineering. Hate that that music beat kind of popped in there. Like, why did it suddenly... Why did it crescendo that way? I don't like that. Damn. Again, I love that font. Just reminds me of RoboCop. I don't know why. I really don't. I don't even think that's anywhere near the font for RoboCop. I could be wrong. But I don't know. Just reminds me of RoboCop. Just a funny little thing, you know, another little bit of science fiction bit. Obviously, they're not referencing it or anything. It's just, you know, personally, I think it looks something out of RoboCop, but yeah. Okay, then. On that note, I suppose that is it for this this stream for now. I will be getting back to it later tonight, or rather later this afternoon, probably around 7 o'clock, well, evening, 7 o'clock, 7:30, somewhere around there. In the meantime, hope you enjoyed it, and apologies for the 2 hours I basically wasted yesterday running the game on medium. I've learned from my mistake there and will not be doing that again. So without further ado, thank you again. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back later. All right. Bye-bye.